Hi, I'm Doug the Neighbor, and this is Camp Kennerk podcast number 108. And this is August the 2nd and Sunday morning, and we are doing our sports show that we have done for the last year of talking about sports in America and around the world. And I am here. I've got my coffee. Everybody get their coffee here. Get up and go, Joe. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And I am here in the Possum Trot Studios here in awesome Austin, Texas. I've got my Texas Ranger hat here with the word, the DTN logo, right? Doug the Neighbor logo here. I've got my Chihuahuas hat here, but we're missing something. TK, are you there?
Yeah, but I'm not feeling well, and I need to talk to you because I knew you played a doctor on TV one time, and I got these symptoms. I just really don't know what they are, and I'm really confused because I'm in a sports desert, and I'm not getting what I need to feel good about my self-esteem in sports. I mean, we got things like FIFA and the World Cup, and that's over with, and that was sort of fun, but just didn't, my heart rate just didn't get up, but then we have Caitlin Clark at the WNBA for my Indiana team, and man, she gets kick up some excitement. I mean, I was watching some film. She was shooting from the parking lot and making 3-point plays. So, that's okay, but it's just doesn't get me going here. And these symptoms that I have just really got me concerned. I mean, yeah, we got the Dallas Cowboys coming up, but you know that drill. Everyone's a Super Bowl contender till the first game starts. So, Doug, the neighbor, Dr. Doug, what are we going to do here? Because I just not feeling it.
TK, yes, I did play a doctor on many commercials when in my acting days, and I appreciate you remembering that I'm an almost famous Dr. Doug, and I can provide help for you because I know what you're going through. I've seen this with many other patients. So hang in there. Here is the symptoms. First off, you're feeling lethargic. We had to watch soccer. They call it football over there, but we know it as soccer. And what's the excitement of 90 minutes of a 1-0 game? And we've had to have team players like Messi and Mbappe and Rodendo and Gurumdu and Guacamole and Zidane and all these teams that we can't relate to because we don't know who they are. And that may just be a nickname for the player and it plays for Argentina, but most of the members or team members played for someone else and they come together for this. And then the rules are a little funky. And as we watched the soccer, there were some obvious penalties they didn't uh, call. And it's kind of a odd thing for us Americans to watch the World Cup. So I know how you feel. Now, also a little bit of excitement, kind of the up and down. Here's the soccer down here, and then up here was Caitlin Clark, and she has been phenomenal, just phenomenal. But it is the NBA because there's her, star, great player, and then there's everybody else. So it's just watching her shoot and then she stops shooting. So I know what you're talking about. You're lethargic, you're not feeling good. Here are the cure for you. Okay?
All right,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go because you're correct in all these aspects. So anything to get better, Dr. Doug.
Okay. All right. Do you have your coffee, your morning Joe on a Sunday morning?
Right here.
You got your sports pages there on the internet? Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
got that.
Okay. Right now, the Texas Rangers are in first place and they're doing a 3-game series in Houston. And they lost last night, so they lost the first two. And so there's the rubber game today around noon against the Houston Astros, and that will determine who is in first place because the Astros are on fire. They're just really playing well. So there's that game today. All right. Now, the interesting fact about that is that this is the last time that the Texas Rangers play the Houston Astros in the season. So each team's fate belongs to them to keep winning and not losing so they can stay within the race. So this is American baseball. And we're Texas.
Okay. Okay.
We're
I
Texas.
got you. I hear what you're saying. Okay. What else do I
Okay.
need to do?
Okay. Also, the real sport of NFL is coming. Okay. So I'm working on your anticipatory glands. They're not the other ones. It's the anticipatory glands, okay, that hope lives because on August 15th, like 2 weeks from now, the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, our team is the Dallas Cowboys football, real football, okay, are going to be playing a preseason game against Seattle. It's a preseason game. So there you go. It's against Seattle. And then on a month after that, the season starts. Sunday night football. What better than the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys? Sunday.
Ooh. Okay. So this is going to take a while to get through my system, but I'm not, it's not terminal.
Yes, it's not terminal, but also for the Camp Kennerk Football Conference, the old Southwest Conference that we have been following. The Longhorns are playing Texas State on September 5th. So we have a month
Ah,
before the Camp Kennerk podcast. Okay, but this is time lag. It's coming.
okay.
Sports time lag era. It's this era that's coming. All right. So what do you do? How do you stay busy? Okay, first off, you're going to have to go to your remote and you're going to have to check the batteries.
Good idea.
And you're
Good
going to have
idea.
to have batteries in backup. So backup, you see, because you're gonna have a season of going like this and seeing like this. Okay, so
Will that cause my finger or thumb to fall off if I keep doing that more?
exercises, you just do start doing exercises, this sort of stuff.
Okay.
You know,
Uh-huh. So I got to start working out again.
yeah, you gotta start working out again. And this one's this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. The thumbs are good. Okay, so exercise, get in shape for preseason. All right.
Okay.
Now you also have the internet. You're going to have to go to the internet and look at the Cowboys, the Texas Rangers, the Longhorns. Who are the players? You got to memorize their numbers. Who are the players? Okay, and then the schedule. Now, you also have to clean your couch. Okay, your couch where you sit, your easy chair, your lazy boy. Make sure you have the extra batteries, the remote, and also your pen and pad for notes. While the game's going on, and you've got to make sure that you have your uh, cooler, your cup holder cooler for the game, so it's right there. And then you've got to have the ottoman right in front of you. Okay, so everything
Okay. I'm
you
I'm
got.
with you. I'm getting the drift of what you're talking about.
Yes, you got to start setting up the man cave. Okay. And then just maybe a couple of practice runs, how far the ottoman is from the couch, easy reach for the pen and the paper, that sort of stuff. The pillow behind your head, all this sort of stuff. Okay. Now, the other thing is you're going to have to go on outside and you're going to have to clean up the grill. It's been a heavy barbecue season, but it's coming. The major
Okay.
leagues is coming. You're going to have to clean up the grill. I've seen some very interesting devices that you roll across the grill. It gets all the grease off. You're going to have to clean out the grill and get a new layer of wood chips and briquettes in there. Okay. And
Okay.
make sure the smoker lid is nice and tight. Okay.
Yeah.
And the forks, when you fork, you make sure they're nice and clean. So there's prep work that this, by staying busy, will get rid of your depression because good things are coming.
Oh, good. I'm so thankful for your insight of the medical condition I'm having. I've done research on YouTube. I went to MD.com. I've went and I put all those symptoms in, and they just come back with, huh? You
Well,
know?
that's why you, smart man, you came to Dr. Doug, the almost famous, who's almost famous,
Yeah. Well,
doc,
thank you so much. But
because I have experienced these uh, symptoms, and other neighbors are now discussing it, and I've had to step in and figure it on out.
now, is this contagious? Should I isolate myself, or is it okay to hang out with people at sports bars?
Well, what's going to happen if you follow all these instructions? You're going to be around the house because you've got to get ready. You just got to
Oh,
get ready. You got to get ready. You know, that sort of stuff. So you're going to be around the house. So don't worry about isolation. You have so much work to do. You're going to be isolated anyway. Now, if a
okay.
buddy comes on over and he's kind of depressed, you're going to have a full refrigerator, the beer fridge in the carport. Hand him a cold one. He's going
Okay.
to come in looking sad. Just hand him a cold one. Oh, great. No light beer. We don't do light beer. No
So
light
this
beer.
is so you start your own support system then.
Yes, yes, but you must lead your support system by staying busy because they'll say, what are you doing? Cleaning the grill. I'm getting ready. Cowboys are on the 13th of September. And the Longhorns are September 5th. Cleaning the grill. That sort of stuff. Come on into the man cave. Sit there, take a picture of how your neighbor's sitting there. How is he comfortable? Is he left-handed, right-handed? Where your beer holder is, where the notepad is, where your pillow is, that sort of stuff. Where your slippers are. You've got to be prepared. And by staying busy, hope will overcome your depression of being in this sports desert.
Wow. I'm so thankful, and I'm glad you brought this thing up about hope. Hope and dreams, especially in minor league baseball, because that's where
Yes,
everything happens.
yes,
So, I think we need to address an issue here in minor league baseball, and it's called the playoffs. Yeah,
yes,
it's about 4 or 5 weeks away, but now is the time that you separate the men from the boys, the rubber hits the road, because first of all, their playoffs are short. They're only best of three.
yes, yes,
And so if you got an underdog that gets hot, it only takes 2 games to knock out the favorite, and then you go on to the next level. But you know, I'll give you an example here. AAA. We got the favorite is Memphis Redbirds. They're part of the Cardinals organization. They're in the International League. They're the favorite. They've already clinched the first half of the season. They got deep pitching. Offense is just knocking the cover off the ball. So they're the ones right now that look like they're going to do something. But you know, there's just always someone who gets in the way. And in the Pacific Coast League, you have the Las Vegas Aviators. Now, they won the PCL league last year. They're champions. They know how to win. And they got a deep, deep lineup for the entire season, both hitting and defense. So, those are going to be 2 good games. So here's my prediction is that Las Vegas Aviators are going to take the whole caboodle, all right? But the Memphis Redbirds are going to give them a time of their life. But Doug, the neighbor, we both love underdogs, and so we got 2 underdogs I'm looking at that I think really have a chance to cause some confusion, and that's the world famous Durham Bulls.
oh,
Yes.
good.
Yeah, they're in there. And then don't forget the Sugarland Space Cowboys. They
Which are leading the Pacific Coast League East right now, where the Chihuahuas. Oh, let's see, we're finished with the Texas Rangers, with the Chihuahuas, my team from El Paso, because they are last in the second half of the season in the Pacific Coast League East. Yes.
okay.
Sugarland is really playing well. And guess who? They're uh, they're the farm team for the Houston Astros.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Not much sense, but some sense is better than no sense, right?
They're leading the Pacific Coast League, and the Houston Astros are surging. They're doing real well. They're smoking my Texas Rangers, and and the Chihuahuas are there at the bottom. You know.
At least you know where to find them, Doug the neighbor. There's nothing more frustrating to find your favorite team and where are they, right?
You don't have to look at the standings in the middle. No, we're there right there. Yeah, and right now the Chihuahuas are at home playing the Albuquerque the Isotopes, and they're for a 6 game series. Their getaway game is today, and they've lost five in a row against Albuquerque. You
That's
know,
what we love. We love consistency. Man,
we don't.
there's nothing that gets a hometown crowd wound up but like consistency.
Yeah, we don't. But the Chihuahuas are hitting the home runs. They've got 128 home runs and they've stolen 151 bases. So once they get on base, they do steal. So that's we like the aggressive. Their batting average is 280 and their ERA is 649. So their pitching is not good. And then the problem with their major league team the San Diego Padres, they're 12 games behind the Dodgers.
Well,
So
once again, there's that consistency.
yeah,
It always starts at the top. So you got San Diego, who's out of the season,
yeah,
and their minor league system, they're out of the season. So
right.
that really shows consistency in management and player development.
Heads are going to roll. We could do better. But TK, we have sports. It's not the Cowboys. So it's we're in the desert of okay, it's okay sports. It's not the Cowboys to get us going. We had to weather FIFA, that soccer, football, whatever it was. The only thing that was interesting was row, row, row. The characters, the fans were more interesting than the games, that sort of stuff. Their stories of coming to America and eating food, their chicken fried steak and enchiladas and tacos, and missing out on going to the stores and missing out on American things, opening their eyes to America, which is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, but now the sports desert, I've given you my prescriptions for getting better, and it's a beautiful. We'll make it a beautiful time.
Okay, well, thanks so much for the insight of how to get through this because a couple of my friends even made comments about it. So,
Yeah.
when it gets to that point, you know you need to address the issue.
That's right. But you're a smart guy, and you came to Dr. Doug, who I played a doctor on TV, so I know all about it. I'm almost famous, that sort of stuff. But on a personal note, because I take care of myself, I had to have my left eye done in a cataract. I had to have a
Okay.
cataract. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so this was on Thursday morning at 7 in the morning, and I have now I've had the right eye done, so that's perfect. And to our members and the viewers in the galaxy, the cataract surgery can be very scary because a knife is headed to your eye, but they knock you out and you don't notice it. But the operation is less than 30 minutes. Because I asked what time it was when we started, and when they woke me up, I said, "What's the time?" It's 30 minutes. It was just 30 minutes. boom, 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 like that. Big gauze on my eye, and then they took it off. I've got my pills right here. Got my pills, uh, one drop each 3 times a day. And I've got my glasses, I call them my Star Wars glasses because to protect. But things are getting better. Uh, the doctor says 5 to 7 days. It's now day 3 or something like that, whatever, 4, whatever it is. The blurriness will go. You see, I can read the diplomas back here that you have words on them, Commonwealth of something, but in with my left eye, I can just see the image of you and the image of those plaques, but it's getting better, you know. And
Oh, good.
I believe we had a video of it, and
Okay.
we can play that. Cataract surgery at Bailey Square. Dr. Dye's gonna carve open my eye here. Cataract surgery. Had all this. This one's already been done. Let me tell you, as scary as it sounds, it works, and it's such a short operation. But Bailey Square, cataract surgery, 7 o'clock in the morning. That's ugly, but it's all about the hair. Doug the neighbor here in awesome Austin, Texas. But basically, TK, play ball.
Aaron go brawl.